Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're getting into something fascinating. It's about understanding people better. Why is it that some people just seem to effortlessly connect?
Yeah, it's like I had this knack. You see it with certain leaders, CEOs, even just that coworker everyone seems to really like.
Exactly. It feels like they've got some, secret playbook for human interaction. And that's kind of what we're exploring today. How do successful people manage that?
Well, the interesting thing is, the playbook isn't exactly new. We're actually diving deep into Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. I mean, a book from 1936. That's nearly 90 years ago.
Wow. And still relevant?
Hugely. Think about it. Warren Buffett himself says it changed his life. That kind of endorsement speaks volumes, right?
Absolutely. So our mission for this deep dive really is to figure out how we can all learn to genuinely connect, to win people over, but crucially, without being manipulative.
Right, because we've all seen the other side.
Oh, yeah. Like, criticizing people. Why does that almost always blow up in your face? It just breeds resentment, doesn't it?
It really does. Criticism hits the ego, makes people defensive immediately. They don't hear the point. They just feel attacked.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the opposite problem, the person who only talks about themselves.
Yeah, total turnoff. Makes you feel completely invisible.
And just demanding things, asking directly without any groundwork.
Usually gets you a big fat no. Because, why should they? You haven't given them a reason they care about.
Okay, so this is where Carnegie's big idea comes in, right? It sort of cuts through all that noise.
Exactly. His core insight is deceptively simple, but honestly, pretty profound. You can get what you want, often by helping other people get what they want.
So it shifts the whole focus. Instead of what can I get, it's more like, what does this person need or want?
Precisely. It's about understanding their drives, their desires. It changes the dynamic from, a transaction to a genuine connection.
And that sets us up for his golden rules, as you called them.
Yeah, these actionable principles, we're going to unpack a few, look at the psychology behind them and how they work in, real life.
Okay, let's do it. Rule number 1 you mentioned, never criticize. Why is that the starting point?
Because, as we said, it just doesn't work long term. Carnegie understood it wounds pride, creates lasting resentment. It shuts down any chance of positive change.
Right, it's that immediate defensive wall we put up. Nobody likes feeling attacked or wrong.
Think about that example Carnegie uses the boss, whose worker made a costly mistake. Yelling, criticizing. The worker might just quit, feeling resentful.
But a better approach
Would be expressing trust. Something like, look, I know you're usually careful. Let's figure out what happened here together. It appeals to their desire to be seen as competent, to live up to that positive expectation.
That makes a lot of sense. It's constructive, not destructive. Which kind of leads into rule number 2, make people feel important.
Yes. This one taps into a really deep human need. We all crave significance, appreciation. We want to feel like we matter.
So it's more than just flattery.
Oh, definitely. It's about genuine recognition. Remembering someone's name like FDR was apparently amazing at. Or simply asking, what do you think? And actually meaning it.
It validates them, makes them feel seen.
Exactly. You're meeting a core psychological need, not just being polite. You build trust that way.
Okay, so no criticism, make them feel important. What about rule 3? Listening. But really listening.
Yeah, listen, your life depends on it. That's the idea. And it's not just waiting for your pause to jump in.
It's about giving your full attention. Because people won't care about you or what you think until they feel you actually hear them.
It's a huge act of respect, really. Leaning in, nodding, maybe asking clarifying questions like, tell me more, or what was that like for you? And it shows their perspective genuinely matters to you. That builds massive connection.
So, okay, avoid criticism, show importance, listen deeply. But what if you actually need something? That's rule 4, right? Appealing to noble motives.
Right. What does that mean, noble motives? It's about understanding that people generally want to see themselves as fair, honest, helpful, decent.
So you frame your request in a way that lets them be that person?
Precisely. It's not trickery. It's tapping into their better nature. Instead of just, can you do this for me?
Yeah.
Maybe it's, with your expertise in this area, you're really the only one who could make this work properly.
Or, knowing how fair you are, I wanted to bring this to you.
Exactly. You're empowering them to act based on their own values, their own sense of integrity or capability. That's way more motivating than just feeling obligated.
Empowering versus obligating. I like that. Okay, and the last one we'll cover today, rule 5. Smile. Seems almost too simple.
Doesn't it? But Carnegie insisted it's incredibly powerful. A genuine smile is like a universal welcome sign. It signals warmth, openness, positivity. It can change the whole energy of an interaction instantly, even before you speak. Our brains are kind of wired to respond to it.
Like that waiter example you mentioned. Doubled his tips just by smiling more.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily better service, it was the connection. That simple, genuine human gesture.
It's really striking how these everyday actions are tied to, well, deep psychological stuff. We think influence is this grand strategy.
But Carnegie brings it back to these human fundamentals. Remember that salesman story? Struggled for years.
Right, until he stopped selling and just started asking potential clients about their stories. How did you build this business?
And he listened, really listened, made them feel important, heard. And the deals just started flowing. He wasn't selling a product anymore. He was building real connections.
And it's not about being fake or just nice, is it? It's empathy.
Totally. Think about Lincoln writing those angry letters.
Ah, yeah, the hot letters. He'd write them out when furious.
And then stick them in a drawer, never send them.
Yeah.
He understood the impulse, the anger, but chose self-control. He got that people run on pride, fear, love, not just logic.
So wrapping this up a bit, what's the big takeaway for everyone listening? We've gone through these powerful Carnegie principles.
Well, I think the main thing is that these aren't just like quaint manners. They're based on real human psychology. People are driven by emotions, by core needs.
And understanding that isn't manipulation. It's about genuine influence. Mastering connection by actually understanding others.
Right. So the challenge for you listening is pretty straightforward, but potentially really impactful.
Mm-hmm.
Pick one of these tactics, just one, and consciously try it out today or this week.
Like what? Give us some examples.
Okay, maybe give someone a truly sincere compliment. Specific, not just nice job. Or ask a colleague, hey, what's your take on this? And really listen to their answer.
Or even just smile. Genuinely smile at a stranger you pass on the street.
Exactly. Any one of those. See what happens.
And maybe one final thought, something to chew on. It's about the title of the book itself, How to Win Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the point isn't really about winning friends like they're trophies or something.
Go on.
What if the real core, the deeper meaning, is about learning how to be a friend, how to offer that understanding, that value, that connection first?
Shifting from winning to being.
Yeah. And thinking about it that way, well, that changes everything, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
That's a great place to leave it.